Part 1. The Hearth and the Salamander. In the opening part of Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, titled The Hearth and the Salamander, readers are introduced to a dystopian society where books are banned and burned. Guy Montag, a fireman whose job is to enforce this law, is the focal point of the story. However, beneath the surface of this seemingly conformist world, Montag begins to question the purpose and meaning of his existence. The term hearth represents the domestic and comforting aspects of a home, while the salamander symbolizes fire, destruction, and rebirth. Together, they embody the contradictory nature of Montag's role as a fireman, tasked with destroying books in the hearths of people's homes. Montag's journey begins when he encounters Clarice McClellan, a young girl who defies societal norms. Unlike the shallow and apathetic citizens around him, Clarice engages Montag in thought-provoking conversations that challenge his perspective on life. Her curiosity, love for nature, and unconventional ideas awaken something within Montag, causing him to question his own happiness and the purpose of his work. As Montag continues his daily routines, he becomes increasingly aware of the intellectual emptiness that pervades society. He witnesses the rise of mindless entertainment, instant gratification, and the disintegration of meaningful connections. The people around him seem content with their superficial lives, living in a constant state of distraction. Haunted by his encounters with Clarice, Montag starts to steal books during his fire raids, secretly hoarding them in his home. He feels a growing compulsion to understand the knowledge that has been forbidden. His curiosity is sparked, and he longs to find meaning beyond the shallow existence he witnesses every day. Montag's rebellion against the oppressive regime intensifies when he confronts his wife, Mildred, and her friends, challenging their conformity and ignorance. He attempts to awaken them to the power and beauty of literature, but his efforts fall on deaf ears. This disconnect deepens Montag's sense of isolation and fuels his determination to seek out like-minded individuals who share his passion for books. His path crosses with Faber, an aging former English professor who provides guidance and insight. Faber recognizes Montag's desire for knowledge and becomes a mentor figure, assisting him in navigating the complexities of literature and the rebellion against the oppressive government. As Montag's transformation continues, he becomes further entangled in the rebel movement, driven by the belief that books hold the key to a better future. He joins forces with a group of intellectuals who have dedicated themselves to memorizing the contents of books, aiming to preserve knowledge in a world devoid of written words. Part 2. The Sieve and the Sand. In this section, the focus remains on Guy Montag, a former fireman turned rebel who seeks to challenge the oppressive regime that burns books and suppresses knowledge. As the narrative unfolds, Montag's pursuit of intellectual freedom intensifies. He realizes that his society's lack of critical thinking and engagement with literature has rendered them shallow and detached from meaningful human connections. Montag's desperation to break free from this suffocating existence fuels his determination to understand the power and significance of books. Montag seeks guidance from Faber. Faber shares his wisdom and knowledge, emphasizing the importance of quality over quantity when it comes to books. He urges Montag to slow down, engage in thoughtful reflection, and truly absorb the valuable ideas contained within literature. Montag's transformation deepens as he recognizes the need for self-awareness and introspection. He becomes increasingly aware of the importance of retaining information, rather than simply mindlessly consuming it. He realizes that knowledge without understanding is like pouring sand through a sieve, it slips away, leaving no lasting impact. Montag's interactions with his wife, Mildred, further highlight the society's apathy towards intellectual pursuits. Mildred, consumed by the superficial world of technology and instant gratification, remains oblivious to Montag's inner turmoil. Her obsession with entertainment and her reluctance to engage in meaningful conversations serve as a stark contrast to Montag's growing thirst for knowledge and connection. Montag's frustrations reach a boiling point during a gathering at his house, where his friends showcase their indifference and shallow engagement with literature. He attempts to provoke them by reading poetry, hoping to ignite a spark of curiosity and critical thinking. However, their dismissive reactions only further fuel his determination to challenge the status quo. In this section, the oppressive government's presence becomes more palpable. The mechanical hound, a robotic creature designed to hunt down dissenters, adds an element of danger and suspense to the narrative. Montag becomes increasingly aware of the ever-watchful eyes of the government, heightening the stakes of his rebellion. Part 3. Burning Bright. In this section, The tension and conflict that have been building throughout the narrative reach their peak as Guy Montag becomes fully committed to the cause of preserving knowledge and challenging the oppressive regime that seeks to destroy it. As the narrative unfolds, Montag's transformation into a rebel intensifies. He joins a group of like-minded individuals who have devoted themselves to preserving books and the ideas they contain. Together, they form a resistance movement determined to combat the ignorance and conformity that have gripped their society. The section begins with Montag's encounter with Captain Beatty, his former boss and a representative of the oppressive government. Beatty, aware of Montag's rebellion, taunts and challenges him, using his extensive knowledge of literature to manipulate and confuse. However, Montag, fueled by his newfound purpose, stands firm in his convictions and refuses to back down. A turning point occurs when Montag ignites a flamethrower, turning it on Beatty and incinerating him. This act symbolizes Montag's complete rejection of the society's destructive practices and his determination to embrace the power of knowledge. It marks a pivotal moment in his transformation, as he fully embraces his role as a rebel against the forces that seek to suppress intellectual freedom. Montag's escape from the city becomes a thrilling and dangerous endeavor. Pursued by the mechanical hound, he navigates a world fraught with surveillance and suspicion. The intensity of the chase, coupled with the ever-present threat of capture, heightens the sense of urgency and danger in the narrative. Throughout his journey, Montag encounters various individuals who have chosen to live on the fringes of society, away from the oppressive regime's reach. These individuals, often referred to as book people, have committed themselves to preserving books and the ideas within them. Their existence serves as a beacon of hope, offering Montag the reassurance that he is not alone in his fight. The conclusion of Burning Bright brings a sense of catharsis and triumph. The city is consumed by a devastating nuclear war, obliterating the oppressive regime and its destructive practices. In the aftermath, Montag finds himself among a group of book people, joining their efforts to rebuild society and reignite the flame of intellectual curiosity. In conclusion, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury stands as a powerful and influential work of dystopian literature. Its thought-provoking exploration of censorship, the dangers of conformity, and the importance of preserving intellectual freedom has resonated with readers around the world. Since its publication in 1953, the novel has achieved remarkable success, with over 10 million copies sold worldwide. It has been translated into more than 40 languages, allowing its message to reach a global audience. Its enduring popularity speaks to the timeless relevance of its themes and serves as a testament to the impact of Ray Bradbury's visionary storytelling. Through its gripping narrative and compelling characters, Fahrenheit 451 continues to ignite conversations and inspire readers to reflect on the value of knowledge, individuality, and the pursuit of truth in a world that can easily succumb to the destructive forces of censorship and conformity. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to QuickBooks, like and comment below.